Need to resize some mixed range brass? Here's how to do it. So if you're like me and you reload, then when you have an opportunity to pick up any loose, unclaimed spent brass at the range, you'll do it. But the problem is it's mixed head stamps, unknown rifles, and who knows what size it's been fired out to, like what kind of chamber size, and so you have to figure out what size to set the reloading die, the resizing die to, and here's how you're going to do that. Now, if you're doing precision reloading and you are resizing the casing to a particular chamber length, you're going to be familiar, or you may be familiar with the language of bumping back a shoulder. This is going to be a little different because in this case we don't really know what shoulder and case and chamber size we're bumping back from and to. This is just mixed head stamp brass through unknown rifles, and I may put it through some well, I have at least two 5.56 rifles myself, so I'm not even certain what shoulder length I want to bump it back to. So we have to figure out some kind of measurement to set the resizing die to, and there's the old traditional method of just turning the die down to the shell holder, but here's another method to do it. Basically, you need a universal reference, right? So I have an unfired round. This is a factory Winchester 5.56 round. And I'm just going to measure the shoulder length and set that as 0, basically. So that's my 0 length, using an unfired round to set the standard. So now we need to set the die. Now I have this die set at a previous shoulder bump resizing length from a previous set of brass that I fired through my own rifle, but we're going to use this as an initial point of reference. So I haven't moved this collar yet. I'm going to keep that, and I have my shell holder in place. And we're just going to screw the shell holder, the die, down into the press until that pressure collar is firm. So the first thing we're going to do now is run a couple test casings. Just put the casing into the shell holder and run it up. Get it to cam over. Pardon my rifle round falling down. Okay, so we've run one test casing through the press, and now we're going to remeasure. Okay, so a few of my casings in those test runs were coming in a little undersized. They were about 3/4 thousandths smaller than I wanted compared to my factory round. So I'm going to back off the press just a little bit from where I tried to set it. There's about another, just maybe, there's my dog drinking some water. I just turned it probably 1/16 of a turn, just a little bit back off, and I locked the ring down. We'll try another one. Okay, so here's a close-up of what this process is going to look like. I had said just a minute ago that I had some brass that was a little smaller than I wanted. You may end up with some brass that's a little larger. You're going to dial this in little by little. And so after you loosen up the collar, the size of your brass is going to be determined by how you turn your die. So if you want your brass a little bigger, you're going to go counterclockwise, and we're talking small turns, like 1/8, 1/4, or even smaller than an 1/8 turns. If you want your brass slightly smaller, again, maybe 1/8, 1/16 of a turn clockwise, and then you lock the ring back down with the Allen screw. And as you go back and forth and get those adjustments, once your casing measures approximately 0 to maybe +1 or +1 or minus 1/1000th on either side of your reference casing, then you know you're pretty close and within some reasonable and very safe tolerances of a factory casing. And that's how you resize and set up a die for mixed brass. And one last note that I didn't discuss in resizing the die: make sure you lubricate your brass first. See my video about lubricating brass prior to resizing, because you don't want to lock a casing into a die because you didn't lubricate it. So thanks for watching, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all the great things, and thank you for watching my channel.